Hi, Travis Zimmerman of Speak My Word Ministries. Today's Daily Pulse is about acts of righteousness, and it comes right out of one of my favorite books in the Bible, Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, and my favorite part of the Bible, the Sermon on the Mount. It's actually specifically Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 to 2, and it's in the section called Giving to the Needy. Be careful not to do your acts of righteousness before men, to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. And this is Jesus in Matthew chapter 6, verse 1 to 2. You know, one of the joys of living in central Pennsylvania is we get all the seasons, and today specifically we got snow, quite a bit of it. It was not just a snow, but it was kind of an icy glaze. And one of the joys I've had through the years, we've always lived kind of on a corner lot. So we have all the sidewalk to shovel when it snows, and I've always enjoyed shoveling snow. But right across from us, we have a widow who lives with us, and just a very, very wonderfully sweet and godly woman who, when we've been here about 9 years now, she used to shovel her own, but by and by, my children, my boys and I, a lot of times, in fact, most times, we'll go out there and we'll shovel her driveway, because and not that she can't do it, but I have boys, and I always say I'm not getting a snowblower because I'm growing 4 of them. I have 4 boys, God bless Suzanne to be with. So we try to do this in the dark before our neighbor wakes up or is able to see. But sometimes she sees us, and you think about doing your acts of righteousness to be seen by men. We don't try to be seen. But what she's done for us, and it doesn't look that appealing, but it really is. She makes this delightful chocolate bundt cake with chocolate chips in it, and our boys and Suzanne and Elizabeth, we love it. So you could say, hey, you didn't do your acts of righteousness to be seen by men. We actually were seen by our neighbor, and she would bake these cakes. So my point is there's private acts of charity that God is talking about, specifically Jesus here. Jesus is God. I would encourage you to do those. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't do it to get rewards. We didn't do it to get the chocolate cake for sure, but boy, it sure is delightful. But how much more the treasures in heaven that we get when we serve, and those who we serve don't even know that we're doing it. That's really the true joy that comes, and that's from Jesus. So what I would challenge you and encourage you to do today is do something that others won't know, whether it's putting the dishes away and your wife doesn't know it, or whether it's sweeping up the house, or whether it's picking up something that you had dropped, someone else had dropped. Maybe it's contributing clothing you don't need anymore. Maybe it's contributing money you don't need anymore, or don't really have a need for, but helping other people out who are in much greater need than ourselves. So I would encourage you that today, and in that you will find Jesus' blessings. In your name, Lord, thank you. Amen.